It may sound unusual when there is a prohibition against someone dying. The reason is, death is something that will definitely happen and cannot be stopped. Sometimes there is sunshine and warm weather, but it doesn't last long. Weather like this makes it difficult for residents of the city of Longyearbyen in their daily lives, including when someone dies. The city of Longyearbyen on the Svalbard Islands, Norway, is one of the most remote cities in the world with extreme cold temperatures. Even though it is located hundreds of miles from Norway, this island has been under Norwegian rule since 1920. However, even though it is part of Norway, one of the terms of the Svalbard Treaty, which came into force in 1925, states that the island is a visa-free zone, meaning anyone from anywhere in the world can live here. However, living there for a long period of time does not necessarily give a person special rights to become a Norwegian citizen. Apart from unique living regulations, Longyearbyen also has a number of strange regulations that its residents must obey. In fact, Longyearbyen residents are not prohibited from dying, they just don't breathe their last breath in that city as much as possible. This regulation is not just a joke, but actually has a legal basis in Norway. If it is found that there are residents who are medically predicted to not live long and die in the city of Longyearbyen, then the family concerned can be subject to sanctions and punishment. This can leave anything in the ground in a state where it can't really thaw even if the temperature at the surface rises during the summer. In essence, buried bodies cannot rot or decompose. The problems faced when burying bodies in the Longyearbyen area, Svalbard, are not only a matter of increasingly narrow burial space. If the corpse remains perfectly intact, the disease viruses carried by the corpse will continue to remain and freeze in it. Of course, this has the potential to pose a danger to local residents. Even worse, if the dead residents had a history of diseases such as hepatitis or other infectious diseases, you can imagine what kind of disease outbreak would attack the city's residents. Scientists in the 90s excavated several bodies to study the ice sheet phenomenon. They discovered astonishing facts. In the body of someone who died as a result of the 1918 influenza pandemic, the deadly virus was still alive and perfectly preserved. Just imagine, when the ice cover melts, the virus can infect entire cities. Residents can still apply for cremation to remain buried in the ground in this area. However, this requires state approval. Apart from the ban on dying and burying people, in Longyearbyen, there is also a ban on bringing cats, a limit on purchasing alcoholic drinks per month, and the requirement to carry firearms when traveling. The latest ban relates to the threat of polar